The fragrance we're going to be talking about today, I kind of skipped over because I talked about its brother fragrance and totally didn't realize I didn't pay homage to the OG. This is a fragrance you're going to want in your collection if you want an affordable frag that makes you smell like an absolute boss and just has a high amount of versatility. Super fresh, super CEO, and super affordable. Strap up. Let's get ready to rumble in the bubble. Welcome to the Scent Bubble. I am your host for the late evening. Got my coffee here. Trying to stay alive, guys. From the house of Mercedes-Benz, this is self-titled Mercedes-Benz for Men. Don't get this mistaken for Mercedes-Benz Intense, which is the follow-up to this fragrance that we have already talked about on this channel. Many of you know that I feel like Mercedes-Benz is the epitome of class, versatility, CEO, Jeremy Fragrance, power! This fragrance I think it's so slept on. The affordability, the complexity, the nuance, the stage presence, the longevity, the versatility. I don't have enough fingers on how many categories and boxes this fragrance checks off perfectly. But we talked about Mercedes-Benz Intense, which essentially is this fragrance ramped up on steroids. There's some subtle nuance in note profile, but to me personally, it just smells like the same fragrance times 2. All of the notes times 2 in a more aggressive longevity of a fragrance, but they both cost the same. And we need to pay homage to the OG because the OG is slightly fresher. Okay. I'm not sure. Is this an eau de toilette concentration? It does not say on Fragrantica, but that's okay. It's certainly Mercedes-Benz light in comparison to the Intense. You can get a fragrance like this for 20, 30 bucks, 100 to 200 ml anywhere online, and there is no shortage of this fragrance. What do I get? This is a citrusy, woody, fresh, spicy, aromatic, floral masterpiece that I just don't think gets enough love. When we talk about our kind of classy fragrances, our business macho man fragrances, for instance, Club de Nuit Intense Man, this is not a clone fragrance, you have to remember. This is from an actual house, car brand, whatever. But nonetheless, it packs just as much power and punch as Club de Nuit Intense Man or any of the following fragrances, even in the name brand stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you want to take it over to not Tom Ford, but Creed, for instance, with Creed of Venice, this holds a candle to it for almost nothing of price. You know what I'm saying? There is strength in a fragrance like this. There's signature, there's freshness, there's versatility, there's character and depth. And I think this falls in line with something like Bentley's Black Edition, where I feel like it's what Creed Aventus should have been, just based off my taste. Even though I love Creed of Venice, super unique, powerful fragrance, one of the most cloned fragrances of all time. I desire the note profile of Black Edition by Bentley and the Mercedes-Benz DNA a little bit stronger. I want you to take a look at this real quick, because I tell people that between Mercedes-Benz regular and the Intense is the one you should pick, but that's just totally preference. If you want a fresher take of the fragrance and you don't want a denser, darker version, this makes all the sense in the world for you because the price doesn't change. Up top, citrus bergamot, Amalfi lemon, mandarin orange. Usual suspects up top for any of your powerhouse citrus fragrances out in the market. In the mid, we have violet, pepper, nutmeg, and galbanum. I can assure you that that pepper is smooth. Typically, when you just see straight pepper in a fragrance, I tell you to run for the hills, because the note of regular pepper, if not tamed properly, is absolutely horrendous in a fragrance. I think of Chanel's Platinum Egoist as one of the worst fragrances because they took a beautiful note DNA and ruined it with black pepper. This is not the case. The pepper amount is so subtle. It's a finesse move to give the tiniest bit of manly bite to the fragrance. That violet jumps straight through the pepper and grabs you by the you-know-what. Usual suspects in the base, but vetiver is in there. And vetiver complexifies a fragrance and gives it dimension based off of whatever direction it goes. Soapy, clean, earthy, inky, vibrant, whatever. Okay, and then that cedar is really pulling through as well. So that cedar really pairs well with the citruses, and then the florals and woods and pepper just grab this fragrance and throw it down an adventure of manliness. This fragrance is an absolute star, guys. If I'm going to Ross or TJ Maxx or something like this, to me personally, this has to sit in the top 3 best fragrances that you will ever find at Ross. That sits below the $30 price point. It's beating everything from Calvin Klein. It's beating everything from Ferragamo. It's beating everything from the little nice fragrances that pop into the discounters occasionally, in my opinion. Not always a TJ Maxx or something, because you get more of the name brand stuff. But still, I think it holds a candle in terms of, greatest manly fragrances of all time. This is just so timeless. Ageless fragrance, about a 7% average performance on the beast mode scale. It'll get you through an 8-hour shift. I think you can wear this 4 to 6 sprays, 6 to 8. Shoot, if you're outside, you're going to need to ramp up to 8 to 10 sprays on something like this. I do think it's the eau de toilette, but don't quote me on that. I'm just not quite sure. Can I actually see on the fragrance? Where are you? Does it actually say? It is an EDT. Okay, so I can confirm this is the Mercedes-Benz self-titled EDT. And it just has a fresh pop. I think in a lot of ways this pops. The top notes just burst out of this fragrance more than the Intense. But the Intense, though it's slightly darker, still has a lot of forward, frontward stage presence. This video is not going to be long, guys. I just wanted to tell you guys that basically you're not more of a winner getting Mercedes-Benz Intense compared to this OG. They are both phenomenal fragrances. They are both very, very, very close to one another. This is a little more zesty and vibrant and bright. The other one is just slightly more toned down and has a little subtle nuance in the kind of fougere category. But these are so closely related in how they smell in the air that I can just simply say, if you want a lighter, crisper, fresher, slightly more versatile fragrance, Mercedes-Benz OG is going to be your best bet. If you want something with a little bit more character and mystere to it, but still very much a beast mode fragrance, you want Intense. And I personally enjoy both, so I couldn't narrow down on buying either one. So I bought the party pack that comes with 2 of these and 2 of the Intenses, so I could make 4 travel sprays. My collection is large, so 4 travel sprays is enough of this DNA, especially with a lot of fragrances from the line of Bentley that have similar profiles, but this is a breathtaking fragrance. Make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. If you're new, we drop episodes every single day. We drop shorts, we drop commentaries, we do giveaways, we host game shows, and I'm just a new player in the game trying to contribute to the conversation of fragrance. Let me know if you guys like the Mercedes-Benz OG. You can typically find the party pack for like 10, 15 bucks in Ross. You can find 100 to 200 ml bottles of separate Intense or OG for around the $20 to $35 price point, going up to 200 ml, which is just absolutely insane. This easily, when we talk about how versatile something like a Nautica Voyage is, Nautica Voyage is playful and casual. It can go on a mature man, but if you want pure most versatile man fragrance of all time in this category, look no further than Mercedes-Benz. This is man in a bottle, and this is just as versatile as a Nautica Voyage, more manly, more class, slightly less playful, but as you man up, you play less. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, hope you guys have a blessed rest of your evening. This was Mercedes-Benz, self-titled Mercedes-Benz for men, Eau de Toilette, and I hope you guys have a blessed week. Take care.